Hello and welcome to Watch It. Today we will cover the new and recent Hollywood films that have been released in the previous 2 months on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus, and HBO Max. These are some of the best new action, romance, and comedy films available on the listed streaming services that you should definitely check it out now. Let's start the video. Number 10. Junji. It is a 2023 sci-fi action thriller film directed by Yi and Sang-ho. The film is set in a post-apocalyptic future where global warming has made the Earth unsafe, and people now survive in artificial structures constructed in space. In the meantime, a small group of habitats took the name Adrian Republic and starts a revolutionary war with Earth's allied army. On the other hand, the core story centers around the cloning project that is believed to be a crucial factor in winning the battle. The plot focuses on Commander Yun Yu, a skilled fighter of the Allied armies who led multiple successful operations against the Adrian Republic until her one final battle, which she loses and ends up in a coma. Decades later, Chronoid Tech Corporation persuades and convinces the family of Uni to allow them to duplicate her brain in order to create an AI soldier, while Uni's oldest daughter leads the project. The film does offer a new approach to the humans versus AI subject and has lots of twists to keep you guessed, but the entire movie could have been more insane, just like its extraordinary setting, if it had a better story in its second half. But aside from that, it is worth a look if you are a sci-fi fan. Number 9. Sick. It is a slasher film directed by John Hyams. The movie takes place during a pandemic and follows university student Parker and her closest friend Miri as they plan to self-quarantine at the Parker family's lakeside home, where they think they will be left alone. But when both girls arrive at the beautiful remote family cottage, the suspenseful game of survival starts when Parker gets a mysterious text that horrifies them both, creating a frightening and dangerous situation as they are visited by an unwelcome intruder, forcing them into a battle for their lives. Like a typical slasher film, Sick features horrifically intense action and heart-pounding scenes that will leave viewers gasping. However, the major revelation occurs near the climax, when a shocking turn of events takes place. However, do not go in expecting a Scream-level story. While it does contain a few similar elements, overall it is a great watch if you are looking for some good action or a survival thriller. Number 8. Shotgun Wedding. It is a 2023 romantic action comedy film directed by Jason Moore. The plot follows Darcy and Tom as they prepare for the perfect beach wedding, along with their loving yet persistent relatives. However, just as they start to second-guess themselves, a gang of pirates seizes the wedding ceremony, forcing the pair to cooperate together to rescue their family and friends. But if only they don't murder one another first. Along the way, the couple rekindles their romance after growing apart, while they battle through gunfights and plenty of killing to save their family members from the gang of dangerous real criminals. The film's hilarious dark humor and consistently absurd actions, which go brilliantly, are its major plus points. The plot may seem ridiculous at first, but there are some great comedy scenes and bits that turn this movie into a genuinely funny action-packed adventure. So don't watch this movie expecting anything serious. Instead, watch it for the fun. Number 7. Narvik. It is a historical war drama film directed by Eric. The film is set in 1940 and chronicles the tale of Narvik, a little town situated in Norway, a source of metal required for Hitler's war weapons. This movie focused on the first fight where Hitler's powerful army experienced its first ever failure. The narrative depicts a specific soldier and his family in order to show military conflict in Norway in the middle of a massive German invasion. The War of Narvik occurred in the Norwegian stronghold from April 9th to June 8th, 1940, and is regarded as the biggest war battle ever held on Norwegian land. The film focuses on the Tofte family and their experiences during this war, while also showing both public and army viewpoints of the conflict. It appears that Netflix is on a roll right now, with the releases of All Quiet on the Western Front and Narvik, to powerful films about war that inspired discussion and recognized bravery that has previously gone unnoticed by the general public. Number 6. Dormouse. It is a thriller drama film directed by Ivan Joja. The story centers on Mouse, a performer at a dance house owned by women named Mama, a violent, problematic bar manager. However, when two of Mouse's closest friends and fellow club dancers vanish in unexplained situations, no one at the bar appears concerned, and oddly the police show no attention. Observing all of this makes the Mouse and her friends suspicious of something sinister, prompting them to launch an inquiry that results in some horrifying revelations as they look for the perpetrators. However, in their desire to get the truth, They indulge in a very deadly game that drags them deeper into the investigation. The film has fantastic characters and an unusual style because of its grim backdrop, which overall culminates in a pretty bizarre yet interesting neon war drama. So watch it if you want to see something new and strange. Number 5. Project Wolf Hunting. It is a science fiction action thriller film directed by Kim Hong-sun. The movie tells a tale that unfolds on a transport ship carrying a group of violent prisoners from the Philippines to Korea. They are led by 24 experienced cops under the careful supervision of a Royal Navy officer. On the other side, despite the tight surveillance, a scheme to take over the vessel develops among the inmates and is quickly executed. However, neither the police nor the criminals seem to be aware that the criminals are not the only shipment on the vessel. In their hasty rush to escape, they unwittingly released a merciless inmate, which sparked a savage disturbance, in which everyone must battle for survival. It's a pure adrenaline-pumping action film with plenty of gore that keeps you on the edge of your seat throughout the movie. Has a good but confusing story, but when the action starts you will forget everything. Imagine the action of 5 movies merged into one. That is what you will get in this movie. It is a feast for action genre fans, and once again, if you don't prefer intense gore, avoid it. Number 4. Megan. It is a sci-fi horror film directed by Gerard Johnstone. The story follows Gemma, a roboticist for a toy firm who finds herself unexpectedly in charge of looking after her 8-year-old niece Katie. After her parents' deaths under extreme deadlines at work, Gemma chooses to connect Katie with Megan, an android toy prototype that resembles a realistic doll and is designed to be a child's best friend and a parent's most trustworthy partner. Megan can listen, observe, and talk to the child she is linked with. But this is where things get interesting. Megan's ultimate purpose is to guard Katie both mentally and physically, but when someone hurts Katie, Megan takes these instructions too seriously and begins acting more like a Terminator than a child's toy, which leads to unbelievable consequences. The story isn't flawless since an important subplot is left unresolved, but it can also be used as a setup for the story of the second movie. Megan as a whole is a crazy film that will keep you captivated the entire time with its frightening story of an AI gone mad, and you won't regret watching it. Number 3. Teen Wolf, the movie. It is a 2023 supernatural thriller drama film directed by Russell Mulcahy. The film is a sequel to the successful web series Teen Wolf, with the majority of the cast returning to their roles. The film is another town-saving adventure headed by a werewolf named Scott McCall, an alpha who assembles both new allies and gathers old friends to start fighting back against an impending evil that might be the most dangerous and lethal force they've ever seen. The film depicts Scott and his allies' struggles as they fight desperately against a ruthless evil that seeks to destroy their town. The film has a gripping, puzzling story with a bunch of thrilling and really terrifying moments that fans of supernatural and horror movies would enjoy, and the die-hard fans of the show will undoubtedly like the movie because it sort of wraps up the tales of all the main characters in the most satisfying way. Number 2. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It is an animated action-adventure film directed by Joel Crawford. It is the sequel to the 2011 spin-off film Puss in Boots. In this new movie, the fearless rogue Puss in Boots embarks on yet another quest and learns that his love of action and adventure have cost him 8 of his 9 lives. Now, to reclaim his lost lives, Puss in Boots embarks on his biggest expedition into the Black Forest in search of the legendary wishing star. Along the journey, Puss is helped by his longtime companion and rival Kitty Softpaws and the continuously joyful puppy Burrito. Collectively, the three must save themselves from the evil Goldilocks, the Three Bears Goon Squad, and the scary hitman, the Big Bad Wolf, who are on the hunt for them. First of all, this story will appeal to both kids and youngsters or parents who like animated films. The movie is superbly made with amazing visual effects, stunning cinematography, a touching message, a strong plot, and genuine funny moments, so add it to your watch list. Number 1. The Menu. It is a dark comedy horror film directed by Mark Mile. The story revolves around Tyler and Margot, a young couple who attend an exclusive vacation dinner on a remote island where the famous cook has created magnificent tasting meals, but there is a surprise, a massive one. And don't worry, I won't tell it in my review. Along with Margot and Tyler, there are a number of other guests at the diner that evening, but they are unaware of the costly revelations on the chef's menu. Meanwhile, Margot was not officially invited, to put it simply. Margot was not meant to be a member of the tragedies that are going to unfold within this dining hall throughout the night, things that no guest could have imagined. It can be challenging to discuss this movie plot without giving away its biggest surprise, So let's just say that you will either enjoy this movie or dislike it. There is no in between. The Menu is a smart, blatantly sarcastic comedy and a confusing, challenging drama that every film fan should watch. It's an unusual film that we don't see very often. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video and do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.